So tell me, how come you're not on Facebook?
I'm not on Facebook.
Or were you ever?
No, never was. No, never was. I don't know. I don't know if I want to be on it. Do I want to be on it?
No. Do you want to stare at your phone?
Not really.
Do you have a phone?
No, I don't.
Do you have a phone?
No, I don't.
Do you have a phone?
No, I don't.
It's time to land the Barracuda! Everybody do it now! Do what big? Come on and do the Barracuda!
Well, g'day viewers. Today's podcast was brought to you by Koala Karma, the chill out drink. Sit back, relax, crack a can of Karma Koala, and just let the day go away. Yes! Today's podcast is a bit weird because it was filmed 2 weeks ago in a car on the way back from Roma on a gig weekend, hey? I was sitting beside our new drummer, Darren Riordan, okay? All right, not on Facebook. How about that? Doesn't have a mobile phone. Does he really exist? Because of that reason, he's very interesting. And I instantly thought he must be out of jail or something. I said that to his face, but we've done a few shows now, and I really like him. Really like him. Just we all do. So everyone in the band's got a bit of spring in their step. You know what I'm saying? So what you're hearing now in this podcast is me with an iPhone in the passenger seat of my truck while we're driving back from a gig in Roma at the Irish McGann's pub on our way directly to a wedding gig in northern New South Wales at Cobokai. Beautiful place, the Abbey. So what you're actually hearing here is me really getting to know this bloke. Because if you've ever been in a band, you'll meet at gigs and at rehearsals, and you sort of know each other. You kind of know each other for the jokes and stuff you say and this and that, but no one really knows where you came from often, unless you share these road trips. So I'm glad I got it on tape. I actually recorded Shanae, our other singers, the day before, and guess what? It didn't record! Which I'm spewing because it's Shanae's birthday this weekend. I wanted to put that together for a little present for her. Hey, it's her birthday this weekend. So anyway, Darren, you're up tonight, champion. History caught on tape. Are you there, Darren Riordan? Yeah! Darren Riordan, how are you, mate?
Good morning.
New drummer of the Titanix.
So it appears.
Welcome to the Gold Coast First True Crack podcast show, champion.
Thank you.
We're on our way back from our first gig at Roma. I'm feeling a bit shattered right now. I don't think I slept too good last night. And as we speak right now, I'm doing this because I'm actually feeling a bit shattered. I'm falling asleep. So there's something. We're driving 60 k's beside some clown.
Oh, hang on. Here we go.
Yeah?
Might be
Okay.
opening up here. We might be opening up.
Yeah, so Irish McGann's at the Queen's Arms Hotel in Roma. Took us 6 hours to drive there. I recorded Shanae yesterday doing this, so how are you, man?
Good, buddy. What's happening? You happy?
Where's he going?
Where's he going?
He's turning right. Look at his driveway.
Oh, he's going to get the mail. No, all good, yeah. Had fun last night. The punters loved it, and yeah, it was good. We stayed the night. Quick coffee in the morning and a bit of breakfast, and we're out, back home. Getting ready for tonight. Yeah,
tonight, a big wedding, and they've already paid us, which is a good thing.
So we could possibly not show up.
Yeah. You done any wedding shows before?
No, this will be the first.
Okay.
So, yeah, looking forward to it, actually. Always good to see someone get married.
Yeah.
It's a lovely day.
Yeah.
Young love, it's a beautiful thing.
It is. I always overanalyze it. Like, the more weddings I go to, like, is it going to last? Like, and who's their mates? And
bit of a Downing Thomas.
Well, no. Just analyse it. Like, you know, what... You know, and how... I think these people are great because they've been talking to me a lot. Like, you know, they're controlling their own wedding...
As they should.
Loosely, yeah, and they're always laughing together and sending their funny email. So it's like, you're already a couple, you know.
They're home and hosed.
Have you ever nearly been married?
Oh, I reckon I got close a couple of times.
Really?
But, no, I never went through with it. It's all good.
Right.
Living the dream.
Excellent.
LTD.
You lucky.
Geezer.
So, when did you first start playing drums?
Oh, it's a long story. Probably about 6. I think Mum and Dad bought me a little toy drum kit. And they bought my brother a little acoustic guitar, and we bashed away on that for a couple of years. And then kind of got a little bit more serious around 12 or 13 when I started taking lessons from a jazz guy, and been playing ever since. Joined my first band at 14 and my last band at 45. This one.
Yeah. Are you 45?
Yeah.
No way.
This way.
I would have pictured you as being 5 years younger than me.
Well...
Dude, wow.
It's good moisturiser, mate.
Yeah. Do you really do moisturiser?
No.
Because the reason I'm being serious, because, mate, in the last...
I reckon it's just the ocean. It's the ocean.
Yeah, but look at me. Honestly, I'm saying this for real, because the last 3 years, I reckon I've aged like this... I'm always in the surf or running on the beach every morning, but I think for some reason, like, you know, yeah.
Oh, I think it happens. Look, there's no denying it's happening to us all. It just happens quicker for other people than others, and that's generally through lifestyle and stuff. But I think I got a little bit lucky with the genes, maybe.
Right.
But Dad's pretty sprightly. He's 72, so if I can keep that up, I'll be happy.
I've got young kids, and they like no matter what, 6:30 is wake up time, and I'm a man. I go to bed at midnight at plus every night. Like I have to, you know. So I think that's actually wearing on me in these last few years.
Sure,
like I'm doing 4 or 5 hours
of
sleep all the time.
No doubt.
That's got to be bad.
It's not enough. It's not enough.
No.
Really, to survive on it and think clearly every day, you need your 7-8. Drink lots of water. Don't smoke. Get some fresh air.
Have you ever smoked?
No, not really. No.
Me either.
No.
I don't think I've ever... Oh, hey, back in the day...
Maybe very briefly.
Right, yeah.
Very briefly.
Yeah. Never bought a pack of ciggies.
Maybe very briefly.
Right, okay.
Very briefly.
Is that... Right.
Very briefly. Long time ago, though. I haven't got great sinuses, so...
Okay.
I don't like to smoke at all. So
right.
It's a bit of an issue, but it's all right. I just try and avoid those people if I can. It's not always possible, but if I can, yeah.
I say this all the time, mate. I started working in a business with a smoker.
Right.
And I gave it a lot. You know, remember back in the day in rock and roll, because I know you've been in bands forever. We'll talk about it in a minute, but remember back in the day, it was just smoke everywhere. Smokers everywhere.
Yeah.
You'd come home, your clothes would stink.
Yeah.
But I don't remember going smokers a lot. You know, it's
I just think we accepted it though. We accepted it. Yeah, it was the 80s. You know, my mum was a pretty heavy smoker, Marlboro. You know, right up until she was about 40, but she's been off it for a long time, 25, 30 years or so. So I have a distinct memory of the playroom when you could smoke there in the 90s, and those down lights they used to have that shine the light down from the roof, and so much smoke was in the light it looked like a pole, and I went to lean against one night and there was nothing there and just fell over.
Wow.
That's my smoking memories.
Just the clothes would stink.
Yeah.
So bad.
Oh, there's a lot to be said for oxygen.
Also, what I was getting at is I started working with a smoker, just he and me in this place, and I gave it a lot of thought, like, do I want to work with a smoker? Like, ugh. You know, when you may go and, I don't know, in another place I used to work at, where there was a smoker, he'd always be going outside and coming in with a smoke breath
smell,
and that. And it's hard to believe, like back in those days, you sort of would, obviously you hated it, but you put up with it. But now it's like, oh, you're one of them. Do I want to be in that?
There's an old saying, if smokers could smell themselves, they wouldn't smoke.
Right.
That's the one I live by.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, we have people go into rooms at work or at a hotel and, you know, a smoker can't smell that the room smells of smoke, but a non-smoker can.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you know much about the vaporizer?
No, I've seen a few people on it.
Yeah, my mate's got it.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of people do it really successfully, and they're still on it and haven't had a cigarette for a long time, maybe a year. So
yeah.
I think it's got, you know, there's something about it that must be working for some people.
Well, I first saw it in Japan, and they've been doing it for years in big vaporizers. I first heard about the scientist the writer Graham Hancock, right. Really famous writer, but he was doing it with weed, right. Smoking weed in a big vaporizer. He did it, and he did it in front of a TED talk. Right. Told how he's doing this for 26 years. No one knew about it, but he was claiming to write really good, but he had to give it up. But now they make it in this little, it's like the size of a small cigarette, and it's chrome, and it's got flavoured oil, yeah, and so my close mate, two close mates do it. It only costs them $29 a month, right. And it smells good. You can pick your smell. So he sits at our work now. So only 2 weeks ago he was smoking ciggies, and that smell would come from outside and into my office and make me cough.
Right.
Like the smallest little bit of cigarette smoke.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I'm not a whinger, but it definitely
unless you've got
make me cough.
Whinge.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's
put up with it.
Yeah, let people.
Yeah, no, I've never been one. I'm really glad, actually. I mean, not just the health side, but I mean, they're just so expensive now too. So.
Yeah. Well, that's what my mate said. He said he sort of opened up. He feels like he's off it now. He's a vape guy.
Right.
He's found his new routine.
Oh, good on him.
Like everyone, you got your routine.
Looks a bit strange, I must say.
But he was spending $150 a week, and he only had $180 a week to play with.
Wow.
So for years, the last few years, just living poor, just totally addicted to his routine.
The big tobacco companies, they're evil, aren't they?
Yeah, well, it's all tax, man. Like in Japan, still they're only $4.
Yeah, all tax. Same with booze.
Yeah, I bought. This. I don't drink at home anymore. But this week I bought 2 6-packs of wild turkey, four bottles. So there's 4 in not a 6-pack, like a 4-pack. That's what I'm trying to say. $19.
That's all right.
And I did it in 2 days consecutively because I was kind of sharing them. And then I went, man, we don't even think about the tax that's on it anymore. Remember when they upped it? Yeah. It was like maybe $3 or $4 for a can, or maybe that's a bit of
It's a lot. Booze, ciggies, and petrol. But
I don't think it's stopped anyone. Especially with alcohol.
Probably.
You're still going to buy a Jim Beam can.
Oh, yeah.
When you got the craving for it.
Yeah.
So is your brother older or?
Yeah, exactly a year older. Yeah.
1 year?
Yeah, pretty much.
What do you mean exactly?
Oh, a year and a couple of months. Yeah.
Okay. What did that mean growing up? You were close?
Oh, yeah. Had a right roll time. Really good. Then Mum and Dad had a bit of a break for about 7 years, and then 2 sisters came along 2 years apart, 1977 and 79.
Right.
So, 4 of us. That was the standard family in the 70s.
Yep.
And you had a wagon or a Valiant.
Oh, so 7 years younger than you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you had to look after them a little?
Oh, yeah, a little, yeah.
Did you? All right, I'm interested in this, okay. My sister is 5 years older.
Yep.
We definitely never played.
Couldn't get away from you far enough.
yeah, fully. Like, it was probably I'd imagine you being 7 years, you probably looked a little bit like the cute girls, like you were sort of old enough to go, you know what, you were just as much their sort of small dads.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And they traipsed around, with me and my brother when we were playing sport as kids and really supported us, and that was great. So, went along as the little cheerleaders at the soccer games and all that stuff, so
cool.
Great stuff.
Awesome. So your brother plays an instrument?
Yeah, he's been in a band with me, or a couple of bands with me. He plays guitar and sings and can play bass as well, writes songs. Back playing again too after a fairly decent break like me, so he seems to be enjoying it. He plays a bit with his son, so
okay.
I think they've got some sort of duo going, so they're playing around.
Do you talk much now?
Oh, yeah. Once a week or so.
Okay. Interesting, mate. really interested in that stuff. I don't think that anymore,